Some interesting Battlefield news has dropped over the past few days concerning the current game, Battlefield 1, and the future of the franchise. I'll be covering all of it in a few videos dropping within the next 48 hours or so make sure you stay tuned to the channel, make sure you're subscribed, and you've hit the little notification bell as well. That way you'll get notified of all of the videos that I post. It seems more nations will be coming to Battlefield 1. Wait, didn't we already know that was happening? Well, we do know that the Russian Empire is just around the corner with the next DLC called In the Name of the Tsar, but there's something else that was hinted at during EA's recent earnings call. Taken from a site called WCCF Tech, they transcribed a lot of the earnings call. It was revealed that EA spoke briefly of future plans for Battlefield 1 DLC. Every Battlefield 1 player will have more ways to play throughout the year, with continual game updates, new maps, and 3 more expansions, adding new armies, regions, and battlegrounds available to the whole community. We're just getting started with our live service plans for this massive game, and later this year, we'll introduce new ways for players to get an even bigger Battlefield 1 experience. Focusing on the mention of armies there, EA used the plural. This makes me think that future DLCs beyond the Russian one, that we know is having a new army in it, will include different nations joining the game. World War I featured so many more nations than you might think. I mean, just for example, Bulgaria joined the war for the Central Powers in the Balkans, Romania joined the Entente powers, and even Japan fought with the Entente from the outset of World War I, mainly in naval combat in the Far East against the Germans. Could DICE be thinking of adding the Japanese into the game with the Turning Tides DLC, which is all focused on naval warfare? We know that DLC will feature the Zeebrugge raid between the British and the German naval forces, and the Gallipoli landings will be making an appearance, where the ANZACs fought against the Ottoman Empire on the banks of the Dardanelles. Now, with each DLC that drops for Battlefield 1, we usually get 4 maps in total. And here, Zeebrugge and Gallipoli only cover 2 locations. That leaves the door open for 2 more. Seeing the Japanese Navy make an appearance in this game would not only be awesome, but it would allow DICE to show some lesser known battles of the war happening in the Far East. And recently, a hint towards that might have been added to Battlefield 1. You may have noticed with the spring patch that a Japanese-only dog tag was added to the game, and it was called Sakura and Murata. Sakura was a class of 2 destroyers of the Imperial Japanese Navy during World War I, and Murata comes from the Murata rifle. That was produced in 1880 and was issued to Japanese servicemen during World War I. Is that a big hint that the Japanese army are coming to Battlefield 1? I'd say that's a fairly big hint, but whether it turns out to be true is another question. The Gallipoli landings that will feature in the DLC, that's already been confirmed, suggest an ANZAC presence. And with DICE having already depicted the landings in the single player, I think it's possible we will see them play a part. Would DICE add 2 different armies into the game with the same DLC? I think it's possible, but it would be a lot more work on their part. 8 new soldier models, 4 for the Japanese and 4 for the ANZACs. That would be a huge amount of design work. It would be awesome if they did do it though. Let me know some of your suggestions for nations and armies that could be added to Battlefield 1 down in the comments section. I'd love to know what you think. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you've got notifications switched on for the channel as well, so you know about every single upload. You don't want to miss the Battlefield 1 news. Things are just starting to get interesting. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.